everybody. We didn't do the theme because I was trying to tell Nia and then I forgot. But I think I'm gonna start doing a little something different with our small town worlds. We'll talk about it. But with everything going on with StreamYard and all the openings and I can't. So we're here.
Guys.
We're up in here. So welcome. Happy holidays. It is crazy, as Esther said. I cannot believe we are here already.
I know.
I just wrote it'll come out in a few weeks. It's like a blog post or something like that. But I was like, when I was younger, I just remember my great grandmother saying time moves differently the older you get. And I don't think I understood it until like the last few years.
Yep.
And now it's just like insane how fast time is going. I don't know if I like it.
I don't know either. Like, I'm very conflicted because the good things that are happening, I'm like, I want these to last longer.
Right?
But then there's other things that are happening, and I'm like, I can't wait till this period of 4 years is over. So,
well,
it's like it's this weird dichotomy of like, I would like to rush
really
through that part, but this part
really,
over
really
here, I need more time to write. I need more time for family.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Guys, I had such a plan when I finished my book, my Halloween book in October. I had such a plan for what I was writing through November and December. Like, there were supposed to be like 6 books done. There's maybe been like 1. I'm so offended with me. I had a whole idea. I was like, I can play, I can have fun, I can do all the different things. Yeah. Nah.
I have so many, I always have so many ideas. Never enough time to do any of the ideas.
I used to, when what was it, Charmed was on, I was like, I would want to be Piper because I would just love to like freeze time. So I could stop and like take a nap.
I could do everything. Oh my gosh.
Or like get a whole bunch of stuff done. But then I was like, are you only freezing time in your house and you're still late for everything else?
No.
Or are you freezing the whole world?
I believe I would get so much stuff done. I would sleep. I would write.
Right?
I would bake and make things. And then we'd come out of time and everybody would be like, when did you bake this? When did you write this? I'm just like,
you know?
Isn't it wonderful?
You know how we always joke about Shannon having clones? So I've been watching this one woman do reactions to Doctor Who. And she was doing the episode where they have like the flesh people that are kind of like your clone. And I was like, where is that? I mean, they completely treated those flesh things wrong.
Yeah,
but
that was not great. But
I was like, I would be nice to mine.
Yes, the concept though.
Right.
Like, it's kind of cool, right? Right?
I didn't know you messed up your hand, Esther. I'm so sorry about that.
Aww.
But I feel that the releasing idea, I had an extra Christmas book that was supposed to come out. Not so much.
I put, because, initially I had 12 things on my calendar back in October. Remember when we were buying planners last year in 2024? And then things happened and I took everything off my calendar. But I was like, I put 5 possibilities. I'm like, if I'm going to do things, these are the 5 things. You know how many of the 5 I got done? 2.
Look, you're still doing good. That's almost.
And I'm just like, and I'm already in my head looking because I'm scared to write it down. But after only obligating myself to doing 5 things, and they weren't obligations. These were 5. Well, no, one of them. 2 of them were kind of an obligation. They're the only 2 that I got done. The other 3 were possibilities because 2 just felt crazy. I'm like, 2. That
I love
just felt insane to only have 2 things. So I put three more things on so I could, like, this year, there's 5 things I could do. I did the 2 that needed to be done, and that's it. That is
Hey.
it. Nothing else got done. So next year, even thinking about next year feels insane after only doing 2 things. I feel like I can't do that
Well, but
because I don't know what that is
you have a
anymore.
different conversation going into next year than what you had this year. Which that's what
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about, guys. In case you missed it, we are going to be talking about planning your writer world, your life, like your series, if you will. Drop any questions you have
Yeah.
in the chat for us.
And that was honestly an honest,
Um,
natural transition, guys.
it really
That
was.
that was
Like,
just a real life,
teed it
honest
up,
to God.
and she just knocked it out of the park.
It was right there.
I want to get back into dictation, Regina. That is one of my goals for 2026. Especially early 2026. I really want to get back into that. I also need to update my website. Like, Regina, you're just talking about everything I need to do. So yeah. I love that Esther tagged herself in her comment. I
Oh
love
no,
that.
no, no.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
They let
I'm
you
so sorry.
not, though, right? Like, they didn't put you in pre-order jail, did they, Esther? Because I know that they've been really good. I've pleaded with them and they've let me out of it. So, and I plead, y'all, this is how I, well, you do what you have to do, Esther, for sure. Y'all, this is how I got into pre-order trouble with Amazon. It was like the first pre-order that I did, and I did not understand all the steps. And so I uploaded the manuscript, and like you scroll down to the bottom and it
Do the
says
next.
continue or whatever.
Mhm.
I didn't hit continue. I thought as long as I uploaded it and checked it and it was good, we were great. So when it said save and continue or something like that, I think I just pressed cancel or I pressed something. I don't know what I pressed. But whatever happened, the pre-order hit, the deadline hit, and they were like, nope. And they sent me an email saying that I completely lost all of my stuff and blah, 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 blah. And when I called them, because I was like, I don't understand. What are we talking about? I uploaded it. They're like, oh, yeah, we can see it. But you didn't press save and continue for it to actually
Because
stay
there
there.
there is another
So,
option there, and she probably hit that other option because if
right.
you haven't done one before, every single time you upload, you have to go through the pricing and all of that stuff. They want you to just
Yeah.
click
And
on
I
upload
didn't know
again.
that. I thought you just had to save that specific
Like, I already
page.
did the pricing and stuff, so we're good, right? No.
Yeah, no,
No.
no. They were
You gotta do
like,
it again.
uh-uh. And what killed me was like, I'm sorry, you could see it, but because I didn't hit this specific button, then y'all like, no, it doesn't count as being here. So yeah, so by all means, be sure to hit all the buttons. Use me as a cautionary tale.
Roll the whole
If
page.
you're not sure, contact them. They can walk you through it, whatever. But yes, use me as a cautionary tale. So yes. Yeah, you have to save and continue all the way through every single time. So yeah, and it is annoying. It is very, very much annoying. But yes, by all means. So if you guys have never been to Small Town World, welcome. My name's Tiffany. This is my little
And
co-host
I'm
Nia.
Mia.
I'm gonna let her go ahead and introduce herself, and then we're gonna dive in. So Nia, take it away.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Nia, the Vixen Fiction, all over the internet. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. This year, last year, this past year, I had allegedly planned to change my channel, but life said we're gonna do different things. So fingers crossed, I'll be doing that this year. Because life threw us another curveball, but that's okay. That is okay. We are working it out because I need to get back to this thing called writing. So look forward to whatever I do decide to do with my YouTube channel. But I will be still doing Twitch streams. So we'll be doing productivity, crafting, and planning, and all of that good stuff over on Twitch. And I think I'm going to keep Night Right because I just like it. And you guys know what
Hey,
happens when I don't stream enough? I run my mouth because I miss talking to everybody. So and we get more talking done than streaming. So I need my regular streams. So I don't think I could ever give up Tuesday night rights. It would not be great. It would just be then me just streaming and talking because I haven't talked to everybody in forever. So, yeah, you'll find me all over the internet. You can also find me over on TikTok and Instagram, which I will be also posting there again in the new year. So, yeah.
I love
And
this for
Loki.
you.
Loki, he's sleeping. He's so
You
cute.
have to love the Lokis.
Yeah, it's his channel too, since more people are following for him than me. But that's another story.
Well,
It's
this
the
is
truth.
my
It's
channel.
the truth.
I don't doubt it. People love the animals.
He's so cute.
This is my channel. Welcome. I too plan in the new year to come back to PJs and Scribbles. Plan. We still got some stuff in the air. So, but I have been streaming over on Twitch, and my idea is that if you want straight productivity, come hang out with me on Twitch in the afternoon. If you want fun hanging out, come hang out with me at PJs and Scribbles.
I like it.
Sorry, I had something caught in my throat, and I didn't want to cough, but I think I'm gonna have to. So, Nia, talk for a minute.
So yeah, while Tiffany clears her throat, this is my holiday mug. Well, one of them. This is the one I'm using today. Isn't he adorbs? He's so cute. Um, I don't even know. I was caught off guard because I'm also like concerned about Tiffany. So
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Pay attention to make
Just,
sure she's okay.
something just randomly caught in my throat, and I was like, "Oh dear Lord!" And I too have. Okay, so
let's see what we got.
Nia knows. Here's my gingerbread mug.
Yes, I love the gingerbread.
Nia knows that I made my own gingerbread coffee syrup, but I don't generally do coffee, so I do tea. So I've been drinking it with just the Earl Grey tea, a little bit of milk, kind of a little foam on the top, maybe sprinkle some cinnamon on there as well. So today I also have a gingerbread tea, and I decided to try the gingerbread syrup with the gingerbread tea. I don't know if they're competing or if one's just not a fan of the other, but it's not quite the same as when I make it with just the plain Earl Grey. So I think I'm going to go back to just the plain Earl Grey because the Earl Grey kills it every single time. I'm like, oh my God, I need like 5 cups. So
they're probably competing because,
yes, not I think they might be competing a little bit.
Not all gingerbreads are the same, where each might be good individually. But if you, it's like putting one person's gingerbread cake on top of another person's gingerbread cake, and you're just like, something's not right because they're not the same.
Yeah.
But individually, they both might be great gingerbread cakes.
Wait, hold on.
Or gingerbread cookies.
You guys have a light up parade?
Ooh.
Because I have not included that in my
I love this
yet.
though.
But also, y'all, I had my father all excited for this parade that was supposed to be, what do they call it? Like an electric parade that I thought was right across the river from us. So maybe like 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away. And then the day before, I happened to look to make sure I had the time correct. Apparently there's more than one of these towns in Illinois, and the one that has the parade is like 4.5 hours from us.
Okay, so we need to be careful.
And my father was like, we might as well go visit your aunt who lives in Chicago. We were gonna go there. So I almost need to make it up to him. So that's why I was like, you guys have a light up parade? Hold on.
Yes.
Oh, Morgan, you guys have one as well?
Yeah, we have one.
See, you're still 4 hours away from us too, though.
Yeah, we have some. I don't know if I want to go to one. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I know one of them It's definitely out at the beach. It's a little bit of a drive, but we could definitely do it.
Oh my
But
God, you
we've
are?
been to a oh, what did I miss?
Oh, Eva, can you
Oh,
send me the
cool.
info?
That
Because
is
I
so
might check with my
cute.
dad. We might try to come over.
That is so cool.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh, that'd be so awesome because you guys aren't far. Y'all are
No,
kinda
no.
close. I love
So
that.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Send me the info. We might try to come over because I'm doing great on all of my goals for December. Yeah, all the time
Better
frames
than me.
I'm supposed to be dedicating to everything, it's all getting done. Um,
Do like me, just take everything off just take it all off the calendar, and then you're
at this
good.
point,
And
maybe
then you
we.
still hit under 50% after taking everything off the calendar, and then you're just like, "Yeah, that's me."
Oh, we don't need a big grand please. We can only handle so much anyway. What would be really great though is if the hand warmers that I bought on sale for Black Friday were actually working and I didn't have to return them or I wasn't waiting for a replacement to come
No.
in.
That's
They were
annoying.
charged, and when I went to go charge them, like one charged fine and the other one was like, no. Like
That's
it would
annoying.
flash one light and then it was done. I'd unplug it, I'd plug it back in, it flashed one light, and then it was done. Uh,
I'm telling you,
so,
these Black Friday sales this year. That's why I didn't go out.
you know what? I got some really great stuff. I didn't get a lot of stuff, but I did get my new planner for 2026.
Nice. That we
uh,
like. That we like. I did not go out. I did my Black Friday shopping super early because I already know about the price switch ups. Y'all know about the
hmm
price switch ups where it was cheaper
hmm
before it was on sale
Yep.
because they raised the price the week before Black Friday and then pretend like they
Put
put it
it
on sale.
down.
So I was price scouting and I actually got a really awesome tree back
Oh,
way, way back, I think at the end of October.
yeah.
So
You
I was
really have
like,
to pay attention because
I was hawking the
you know
prices
what was a
because I
fun
needed a new
thing
tree.
for me to learn? Okay, if you want, and this was like straight from like a what like a electronics type of salesperson. He was like, if you want something for your house, like a 30-inch or 40-inch, type of TV, somewhere in
Mhm.
that range, get it Black Friday. If you want something bigger with a better name brand, wait until the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh, shut up.
I
He's like,
believe
yeah.
it.
He's like, and if you want something even with a good name brand, even at a 32-inch or 40-inch, you're still going to get a better deal waiting for the Super Bowl than you would on Black Friday. And I was like, shut
Yep.
the door.
Yep. I learned this on now back in the day, Black Friday was actually Black Friday. Like you'd get like
Right.
those big giant like $1,000 TVs. You would get them for like really, really cheap.
Like
But
400
they would only
bucks
have
or
like 5
something.
or 10 in the store.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was like for real. Like we really did get some really cool back in especially in the 90s, early 2000s, I want to say. You could get $1,000 electronics for like just maybe so cheap. Like
Well, that was why
that's
people were
what the whole
standing
fight.
in line at
Yeah,
like 3 o'clock in the
standing in
morning.
line, fighting, it was worth it. Now this whole
Mhm.
10% off of something that they already marked up the price. What is that? Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I
stop
thought
it.
about going back to bullet journaling, Esther, because I do kind of miss my bullet journal, but I just really love my digital planner. If I could just figure out how to not use up all of the space on my tablet with the freaking stickers, um,
Hmm.
that's what's kicking my butt right now. Uh,
I have a bullet journal app and I end up not using I just keep shopping, not shopping, but I keep scrolling through all of the stickers cuz now I have unlimited stickers because it's an app. So I just keep looking
mm.
through all the files and then I'm like, wow, it's been 3 hours and I have chosen 3 stickers for this planner.
So
So,
last year, on a whim, and because it was a good price. There's this sticker person who does digital stickers on Etsy, and she had one of those. What is it? Purchase my whole shop for like 20 something bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Both what I have out now and what is to come. And you just get a link to her Dropbox where she adds all of her new stickers every month or every time she puts out new stickers.
That's awesome.
I have a plethora.
Awesome. That is a road. That and fonts is a road I don't need to go back down.
Oh, me and fonts. I need to put myself on font restriction.
Mhm. I also need to put myself on candle restriction at this point. I have spent my entire candle
I
budget.
did really good. Here,
I'm
I will show
burning the
you guys
woodwick right now, and it's
because I
crackling.
know
It's beautiful.
Nia and I were talking about this yesterday. Hold on. I did really good. I went to the Bath and Body Works candle sale. And guys, I only got like 5 candles.
You did amazing. I'm so proud of
Because
you.
normally my whole table is full.
I'm so proud of you.
But I only got 5 because I still have so many candles left for last year. And because I had coupons, I technically only paid for 4.
Yep, that's what I like. That's what I like. I'm like,
So I
when the
got
sale's so good that you're getting 3 or 4 candles for the price of one. I mean,
the
how can you say
lavender and
no?
pine, the under the Christmas tree, the lavender bergamot, the glazed cherry,
Mm.
and the fresh cut linens. And there we go.
Nice.
I'm very proud of me.
I'm proud of you too.
So yes. All right. Because Esther is right. We do need to be disciplined in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Record everything and keep everything great. So
Yes.
um let's talk about, because Esther started us off with the first question.
All right.
How do you plan for your writing and or publication for the year ahead? And I think that's basically, yeah, I meant fresh cut lilacs. Did I say lemons? I didn't get lemons. Although I do have a lemon candle, but
I need to order some of their lemon soap for my kitchen.
I love their lemon soap.
I love their lemon soap. They had one that was specifically called Kitchen Lemon, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's the one
it
I
was
get
perfect.
all the
So I need to
time.
already order some because with the holidays, I'm
Keep
out.
a lookout because they will do it.
I'm
I
like,
think I get it every year during the holidays for like $2.99, $2.95, and I just
yeah,
stop.
that's what I'm looking for. So
Yeah.
I can get a couple of them. And it last time it literally lasted me like 2 years because I got so many, and I'm on my last one, and it's like this much. The holidays, everybody, I'm like, are y'all just using that to be using it? Because yeah, I mean, it's good. You're all washing your hands a lot, so that's good.
I wouldn't think of using lemon essential oils in my shampoo, but that's very cool, Eva.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
In the shampoo. Oh, that probably smells good. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that's why I was like,
that.
ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to start us off,
Mm-hmm. I love that question.
I know. How do you start off planning for your new year?
Okay. So it's a little bit long, but I start out what I've been learning to do is that because I'm a seasonal writer, I do a lot of my writing ahead of time, like the year ahead of time. I'll come up with the ideas and I try to get most of that writing done because I like to write in the season. I struggle a little bit more writing out of the season when it's really, really cold. I have a hard time writing beachy stuff. And when it's beachy time, I have a really hard time writing it. We're trapped in a winter storm. So I do a lot of outlines and I have a lot of ideas so I can pull my ideas out and start writing in them. And so I have some stuff that's partially done that I can get to fairly quickly. The other thing is I know that I'm a slow writer because of said things that we just talked about. I love coming up with ideas. The writing and editing part, not my favorite part of writing. The coming up with the ideas, the thinking of the characters and daydreaming about the characters and what's going
Mm-hmm.
on with them. For me, daydreaming is a lot of the writing process. So it takes me longer to write. So I know how long it takes me to write, edit, and put out a story. So I won't plan faster than what I realistically feel like I can do. So if that means, and I think we talked about this with a friend of ours as we were helping them get their schedule out. If I know comfortably how many books I can finish in a period of time and say I want to do seasonal releases, I think, what do I already have written? I'm like, okay, so Sam, it's for fall of next year. I've got 2 fall books already partially written because I was writing them in the season. How many more can I do? I could probably do one more. I want to have them done before the publishing starts. So before I want to have them done, ready to go to the editor before I'd even consider doing something like a pre-order. So these are all of the things that I'm thinking about as I'm putting things down on my schedule. So knowing that I'm a slow writer, I won't do all year long. I'm going to publish a book every 2 weeks. That's not going to happen for me. But I might say I might be able to do 3 series. Maybe I'll be able to do something in the spring, something in the summer, and then something in the fall, and then maybe a holiday. I count up how many books is that? 4, 8, 12, 13 books. Okay. So that's how I know I can pace it. And then I schedule from there. Of course, this year's 2025 schedule kind of went out the window. But when I was doing Bruno, that Bruno, I have code names for my pen names. So when I was doing Bruno, that really worked. And then when I started Penny, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep up on that pace. But then I decided to integrate Bruno and Penny. So some of the Bruno stories have had to come down, and then they were supposed to be integrated this year, but they'll be integrated next year. So the stories are mostly written. All I have to do is I'm changing locations and just integrating.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think, how many of those stories do I have done? How fast? And I won't push myself faster than that, because that's when you run into the whole, okay, now we're in trouble with the pre-orders if you're doing pre-orders, or disappointment if you're just because me, I'm doing this for myself, but I am kind of like goal oriented, but I do get disappointed when I say this has to be done and I don't get it done. So I
Yeah.
want to be realistic. So I think, how fast can I write them? What do I already have done? And if I successfully do 4 books per series, and then I might be like, can I push that and add one more series, or add one more book to each series? So instead of having a 4-book series, now I have a 5-book series. In that, I'm also thinking, not only do I have my pen name stuff, but I also have my NV James stuff, and I'm working on my epic fantasy, and I'm working on a comic. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to keep all these things in mind in my scheduling. And then I put down what I think I can do, write that down, and then I go through and I start marking things out like, no, 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 ma'am. And I usually come back to one series a season with something for the holiday. And so I've done that enough times that I know that that's about where I'm at. I never, I never say, oh, I'm gonna do 6 series, and plus I'm gonna write my epic fantasy while still working on my comic book, still working
Mm-hmm.
on my art, and still doing the social media thing, because it's just not gonna happen. Now, if
Yeah.
I improve and the next year gets better, and I can do that 2 years in a row, then I know, okay, we can safely increase. And anything that I get done above that is like Gucci. That's like gold. I'm like, I got these extra things done. But I honestly, at my ripe old age, I've learned not to overdo it, because I've done that so many times in my life where I put everything on my schedule and then I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
So being
And we
realistic with
definitely want
what
to
I
avoid
yeah,
burnout.
being realistic with what I know I can do, that's something that I've learned to do over the years, and just not be disappointed when things don't get done. But also, guys, I'm not writing because I have to. If you are making a career out of this, like right now, like my finances depend on it, you might need to buckle down a little bit tighter. You know what I'm saying? If I were in a situation like, oh no, the income is dependent, I would have to like figure out other things in my life. I need to take some of these things out because doing 12 or 13 books a year isn't going to be enough to sustain me my income.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to eliminate other things that might be more fun in order to do the job, because then this is your job. So
Speaking of
that's
that, like Margaret, there are some romance writers. I know you was like every 2 weeks is wild, but there are some romance writers that are hitting it like every week.
every,
Um,
yep, yep,
and I find that wild.
yeah,
So yeah, that. But again, as Nia said, like their income and their way of life is sustained on that.
exactly.
So they've kind of built that into their business of how they do it. And I don't, for sure, I don't know how they do it. I have a general sense of how they do it, but there's a level of discipline, and I kind of think in some things I'm pretty disciplined, but I think that's a level of discipline that I have not reached yet in
Yeah.
my writing career.
Because I think about the way that some of these writers have to do it. That means if doesn't
I
matter
want to see that reality show.
right? But honestly, that means that no matter what goes on in their life, they have to have the next book ready that
Yeah.
week. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so I think about all of the things that just come up, pop up. Like for me, it would be if X, Y, or Z, that may be something that some of the things that happened this year or last year, if that comes up, me having to say, no, I can't help with that situation because this is literally a writing day. I've got to get 8 hours of writing in
Yeah.
today. It's
And if
I don't have the option,
I
to
can,
stop and go help or do
oops,
this
that
other
was what I was
thing.
doing. I can kind of answer this, Regina. If you really want to know, I guess kind of a kind of an idea of how they do it, Sadie, is it Sadie King, I believe, has a writing insta love romance book, which was a very good book to read. Actually, there's a lot of information in there that I like really enjoyed, getting her perspective on and kind of seeing how she does it. But she did talk about, and keep in mind, girl had a full-time, did she have a full-time job at this point? I think she might have had a full-time job
I
at
think
least through
so.
part of this, and a child, like a
Hmm.
like 3 4 year 5 year old child. But she was saying that she would write, I want to say it was like, and she had a commute, and so I think she said she wrote on the train there, on the train back, and then she would write at night when she put her child down. But it was roughly um like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday kind of a thing. She was only doing like a 10 to 15K book. And then on Friday, she would do her edits, or on the weekends, I think it was, she would do her edits because Friday was like um her like family time or something like that.
Hmm.
And then she would do her edits, and then she would do her promotions the next week, and then it would release the week after that. And
Yeah.
during that week that she was doing the promotions, she was already writing the next book. Her name is
Yep.
Sadie King. I'll put, oh, thank you, Margaret.
Yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
Margaret.
And so
Yeah.
that's kind of how she would do it. And then she got into, because she has both her 1 week, if I recall correctly, schedule, like when she was doing everything in say like 1 week, and then she has like, now that she's kind of 2 weeks, she has like her 2 week schedule in there as well.
Yeah.
So
And there are a number of writers who will bulk write, um, just
yeah,
bulk
that
write
was a
ahead of
good
time.
interview too, Margaret, as well.
Hmm. There's a lot of writers who will bulk write, and then so they have like 3 months, 6 months, a year's worth of work ready to go, and that way
Hmm.
they can do one or two books every couple of weeks, or like maybe two books a month, and keep up at a pace where they have so many back written books already ready to go that they're now we're set. We can rapid release in groupings, but this year, though, because I wrote those books last year before we even jumped in, and so now I can write at a comfortable pace because I have all the books that I've already written already ready to go. Those are last year's written books are being released this year. And now this year I'm writing next year's kind of books. So there's different ways of doing it. One of the things Brandon Sanderson said that he would do is he had a night job that didn't take a lot of mental
Mm-hmm.
energy. He was kind of working at a hotel or a motel or something like that overnights, gave him plenty of time to think and write
Yeah.
because he's just sitting around just making sure nobody wanders in. So there are people will find ways to get their writing done.
To answer, hold on, Eva had another question. um Whoa, where did it go? These quick releases, are they good books? They're probably not going to win, like, Nobel Peace Prize. They may not win like a number of prizes, but if you're looking for just somewhat of an entertaining story, they don't delve very deeply into character because, again, you only got 10 to 15K. It's a little hard
Mm-hmm.
to delve a lot into a lot of different things. But if you're just looking for an entertaining read, yeah, they're not
Yeah.
bad. And I've read a ton of them because of, like doing research for writing like in that genre and everything else. And so they're like, I have specific authors I like. I like Hope Ford. I like her earlier stuff, but I also like her stuff that she's doing now, which is a little bit longer. I like Casey Rose, more her military books than her kind of like her mountain men. But also her military books are a little bit longer. And I can relate to them because I have military in my family. And I don't know if she rapid released those. I've read some Mia Brody ones. I'm not big on
I like
mountain
Mia.
men, but they're a good
Mm-hmm.
story. I've read some Aubrey Kent, who is good. She does mostly cowboys. I do like Sadie's. If you like a motorcycle
Mm-hmm.
gang, or an MC club, she has some good MC people. Um, Dude, I can give you a whole list.
Yeah.
So like, let me know. But I could put together a list if you guys would really
Yeah.
want to
I like some
have a
Sadie,
list.
I like some Cassie Hart. There's just so many. And
Oh
here's the
yeah,
thing.
Cassie Hart is
Some
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
some of them are better than others, but for the people who like that type of reading, those short reads where
Mm-hmm.
they're either insta love or quick love of some sort, rekindling, people who read those, that's what they want. They want a book that they can just pick up and they can read on their lunch break or right after work before all the kids, you know, all of that. So
Yeah.
it's what they want to read. Some of them that I've read, I'm like, "Ooh, this is not great." And that's okay. I just pass on that one. Um, but sometimes they're popular and I don't think that they're great. Some people might not like mine as well. It's
Mhm.
it's going to be up to the reader, and some people understand that it's going to be lacking some depth of character development, or it might be you get a lot of character but you're missing a lot of story plot because there's just not enough time to really
Yeah.
delve into both. So I tend
Yeah.
to I tend to prefer the longer ones. Um and I like some Abby Jimenez and a lot of
Oh
other.
yeah.
She's one of the more current ones I've been
I
liking.
like Abby as
Um,
well.
and
This
so
is very
I
true too. They are easily palatable,
very
tropey,
tropey.
quick books. And
Yeah,
yeah,
and that a
the
lot of times
digest
that's what I'm
visibility
going for.
and
I'm
jump
like
starting and earnings.
I'm
Yeah.
like I just want something quick, cowboy. They're gonna just fall in love.
Yeah.
And I'll pick one up, and it's all the tropes are there. So yeah, and so if that's just what you're looking for, and their readers know this, and if we're for a lot of us because we're readers of other things as well, it doesn't make sense. So I know for a lot of like fantasy readers, because I read a lot of fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very varied in the types of reading. I read sci-fi fantasy. I read some out there kind of stuff. So I get it because I'm like, it's weird to go from that to something where it seems like it's like boom, 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 one, two, three, and people are like, how can you go from? So I get people who only like those epic sci-fis or epic fantasies are just like,
Hmm.
but that's so simple. That's what that reader wants, you know. So good or bad, quick, you know, it might feel like, oh, they just wrote that too fast, but the readers like it. So
So, Margaret, right now I'm a little bit in this because you said how you train your readership out of it when you fade out. And I think for me, my strategy in this one is um not just all of a sudden jumping from like, oh, I was writing 15, 20K, here I'm writing 60, 80K. They're all this, they're all that. But finding that balance where maybe you have like a new series that you're introducing that is a longer series. Like my Thanksgiving book was closer to 50, 60K. Um,
mhm,
but the book that I'm releasing in January is still going to be like in that 20 range. And then and I have another book series that again I'm considering adding in for next year that once more will still be in that 20 range. And so it's like slowly kind of bumping them up and sharing that you have like these new ideas, plus giving them more story, giving them more context, giving them more characters and characters that they, you know, have seen in past books. Like the
mhm.
Thanksgiving book is the main guy, Dallas, is someone who had been in 3 other books, I believe, or at least 2 other books that I had written. So it's someone that they know, they've kind of gotten used to. They might want a little bit more of him than what they were getting before. And so that's kind of my strategy in that. Um, and then also, maybe taking that series that might be a little bit longer, but doing like, what is it? Like a couple like little novellas of maybe some side characters. So if they
Mhm,
still like, that's still an into that series. You know what I mean? And I do like the idea of asking them in the newsletter. And I did do a
mhm.
whole end of year newsletter poll last year for my newsletter peeps. And I think almost all of them said that they would be okay with the people that responded. um, said that they would be okay with a fuller length or something that was a little bit longer. But yeah.
Yeah. And I'm doing this a little bit with my NV James, the stories that I'm writing about. The right now it's the Bennett brothers, and then I'm going to do another one once I finish with the Bennett brothers about the university that is in this world. Each one of these short stories alludes to the fact that there is a bigger story. You know, there's this whole fantasy world and fey creatures that human beings don't know about. So right now I'm just writing some fun little short stories about
Mhm.
these people's lives, but each story alludes to that there are these fake creatures and is there something going on behind the scenes. So a lot of it is just having fun with these characters that I know
Mhm.
once the bigger story comes out, there's going to be so many more characters that if I want to, I can just go back and write little 15, 20K stories, you know, revolving around these certain couples. So for me, it's an integration, but you never have to, for me personally, you never have to read the bigger novel in order to enjoy one of the shorts,
Yeah.
and you never have to read the shorts to enjoy the bigger novel,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. So, but because I enjoy doing both, I don't. The only thing that I miss is that when you're doing a little bit of fantasy, you run into that same problem where you can't really delve into the characters too much.
Yeah.
You're still trying to allude that there's some magic in the background, but still trying to have a cohesive story that, that makes sense. So when you're writing shorter, that is just the way that it is. You have to, your every word counts. So there isn't a lot of room to do some of the more nuanced things that you might want to do. But then that'll happen in the novel. But I know that people who like to read shorts, they're used to that. you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to bank on my reader understanding what they're getting with a shorter book. But as long as I'm enjoying writing the shorts, and I will write them in little groupings, so that if for whatever reason I decide that I'm done with it, well, that's that grouping of ones that, those are
Mm-hmm.
those, and this is it. Um, but fortunately, because they're fun, I don't see any reason to stop. But if it's something that I'm really if you're just doing this because I need to write some short stuff because I'm trying to build up my audience, I would, in my newsletters and things like that, be letting them know as early as possible that these are just this. This is just a special. This is just, this is
Yeah.
just this. And it's not how I'm going to be continuing to write all the time. This is like a little something on the side that's similar in a shorter form to the actual novels that I write. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you'll be able to glean some of those. For the people who only want to read short, they'll enjoy your shorts.
Yeah,
But
for
hopefully
sure.
hopefully you'll be able to snag quite a few of those over to reading your longer novels.
I'm still tripping on. Regina, did you say MailChimp is $85 a month now? Like
What?
MailChimp used to be like the cheapest one
Yeah.
ever.
Is that like a top tier or something? What the?
No. That's why I'm like
No.
$85 a month? Oh my good Lord. That's wild. Cause no, I don't feel like they were one of the top tier ones. I still don't feel like they're one of the top tier ones. So wow, 85 a month, that's insanity. Yeah, I don't blame you for leaving.
Yep.
There's I know newsletter people are robbing folks wild, like for sure.
I think that they really need to treat individuals and small businesses differently from big corporations and
Yes.
companies. And I
Yes.
don't think that they're differentiating, honestly.
No. And and here's the thing, like I understand the conversation. Mark is like, everyone is robbing people. I understand the conversation of, if you have, say, like 5,000 people on your newsletter list, in theory, you are making enough to cover, like a $70 or a $50, type of monthly subscription. But at the same time, me as an independent author with 5,000 people on my list, where maybe 2,000 of them open it, and then another like maybe 300 people actually go and read the book, and then maybe like another 50 people actually buy the book, and those are very like blown up numbers. I wish that was what my numbers were right now. Like that may not be the case, as opposed to someone who is, like selling courses and they have 5,000 people on their list. Like that's a totally different conversation. Yay, I love that, Margaret. I'm glad that you get this. Oh my, wait a minute. Did you say your newsletter was only $2,000 for that 85? That can't be right.
Oh.
I have 1,600 subscribers. They charge me for the $2,000 though, and they sent me an email announcing that price hike. Yes, $85 a month for my $2,000. Absolutely not.
And can you imagine if you just have a newsletter just for funsies?
Absolutely.
Like I just want to blog to people with my newsletter? Oh no.
For $2,000? No, absolutely not.
2K subscribers, 85.
Okay, so I plan my month or my year a little bit differently than Nia. Because, and not so much that, like, I still have my photography business, but also I do have a specific set goal for a monetary point that I want to get to with my writing business. So as much as I love my Notion, this might surprise a lot of people, but my thing starts off with a pen and a paper. I And actually this year I pulled this out. This year I did a little bit differently. I even went to the Dollar Tree and got a calendar.
I love it.
And I like to go through, because I have like, this is when I get back into like my planner mode of like when I used to work for a planner company, when I used to like, do for the win, absolutely, Margaret.
Yeah.
When I used to do like schedules for when I worked retail, and when I was doing like working in the newspaper industry and publishing. And so I like to go in with this idea of what they talk about with time management, which is like your bigger rocks and then your smaller rocks and then your sand. And so the idea that is like you put in your big things, and because if you have like a jar and you fill it with sand and then
Yeah.
you try to put the big rocks in, you can't get as many big rocks in as you can if you start with the big rocks and then you put the smaller rocks
Put
in and then you pour the
and then the
sand
sand. And the sand
through
goes
all of it,
also
and
the
then the
sand
water.
weaves around all of the things.
Exactly. So I like to start with that. And for me, a lot of the time, my big rocks are like if I have collaborations that I'm in. Um, if I have, Mark's like, I can't identify my big rocks even right now, but I like this concept. If I'm in collaborations, if I have a series that's like finishing up, if I have like trips that I have that are coming up that might interfere, if I have 2 weeks that I'm going to spend probably forgetting to write because I'm watching the Olympics. There, I said it. That's what's going to happen. And then another 2 weeks that I might forget to write because I'm watching the World Cup once more. Said it. I'm a goof, whatever. But like those would be kind of my big rock things that I put in first, because those are either things that aren't my deadline that I'm setting or things that will take things away. Margaret's like, for real on the Olympics.
Yep. Olympus is a big rock.
I mean, it's a big rock. It's it's like a boulder. Um, so I will put those in, as then my smaller rocks for me are like, they're kind of like Esther's like buffer days, because they're generally like my migraines that I will get. Eating is a medium rock. They're like my
Eating is
migraines that I
sand.
might get, or like my father's doctor's appointments that he will forget to tell me, until like, 2 seconds before it's supposed to happen. Family stuff that will pop up randomly. So those tend to be like my medium rocks, or like my smaller stones, if you will. And believe it or not, my actual releases that I want to release are my sand. Because then that's an easier way for me to figure out what needs to go where. And so a lot of times those things are what are movable, if you will. And then I sit down and I look at that and kind of like Nia, because if it's on me, more so because I'm like, but this sounds exciting. And this sounds exciting. And oh, I love this idea of these characters. And oh my gosh, I really want to get into that. And oh, I've been wanting to play in that world for forever. So, like I might start off and my list of books I want to write for the year is like 35. And then I sit down and I'm like, well, that's stupid and not going to happen. Right. So let's look at what makes sense. And I will start to look at like holidays. Or do I need books that will lead into the collab books or lead out of the collab books type of a thing? Do I need books that will finish off a series? Do I need books that will bring people back into a series? Like, what are those type of books? And then that's kind of where I start to break down and figure out like, what's my big series that I'm going to concentrate on? What is my kind of big moment that I'm going to do. And then I start to kind of plot and plan. And that's when I get into Notion and I start playing with the calendars, because I start moving things around and like kind of playing with them and coming up with soft deadlines and then hard deadlines.
Hard deadlines, yes.
Very different for me. But that's kind of how I start doing it. But it starts off with a calendar, and it starts off with like a really, I don't know if y'all can see this, like it's just months on a page.
Yeah, that mine looks very, very similar.
Yeah.
It's all on paper and paper written down. It's literally it's January, February, March.
Yeah.
What's realistic, and then things start getting a little line crossed through. The other thing is things will get a little arrow, a little dot,
Uh-huh.
a little bullet point, and an arrow like this. Realistically, as much as I'd like for this to happen here, I remember Tiffany called it a big rock. I've got a big rock over here. I need to move that down here because
Yeah.
this big rock doesn't move for me. But big rocks are when I like usually revolve around family things or trips and vacations.
Mm-hmm.
Like because everybody's involved, I can't just say, "Oh, taking this trip in March doesn't work for me," when everybody else is like, "Wait, some of us have to get plane tickets. What do you mean? March is not good for you."
I do a lot of
Oh.
like, because you were saying arrows, and I'm like you a little bit, Esther. I do a lot of color coding. So a lot of my stuff is very much like you know, like purple's my favorite color. So if it's purple, that's like almost like a no-brainer. This one has to get done. This is
The
the thing I'm most
highlighters
excited
are
about.
awesome. The
You know,
highlighters are
like
awesome.
if it's pink, normally that's like something that I think people would really like, or it might be something that's like to market. So I think that it has, you know, like a good marketability. I think it's a good something like my Storming Cobras a lot of times are in pink, because like that's a series that is doing very well, but it's also a series that isn't so much like a time sensitive one, because like you can almost write a football book at any given point in time. I do tend to write them more in the fall or around the Super Bowl. I had a whole idea that a Super Bowl one was going to come up next year, and then we had a big rock.
Yeah. I
So,
I
yeah.
also highlight everything, but mine are highlighted. Series are highlighted, but on real life things, birthdays are highlighted in one color, and still the bullet points and the arrows move things around because I have in my head that something's going to work this way. But that doesn't mean that it will. So things, but yeah, when you color code things, it lets you see where where things are at before you even get to where you're permanently writing them down. And I'm not a huge digital planner, so all of my stuff is written down, but I have to do the pre-planner where everything's written down before it gets written down in a real planner. And then there's the Kanban board.
Yeah. See, I don't do a Kanban board, but I do have a big poster board that a lot of times this goes on that lives like on my wall. And it's, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with stickies because I'm always worried they're going to fall off. But a lot of times they are unsticky, so I can move them around if need be. But that's also why they are digital as well.
Get actual Post-it notes. They almost never fall off. I'm looking at my Post-it notes from last year because I did not do a Kanban board this year, but I did not take my Kanban board down. Those stickies are still up there. Everything that's not Post-it note is reinforced by a Post-it note.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'll show you why. I'm going to take this off my.
And while she's doing that, I want to go ahead and shout this out. Regina said, may I do a blatant self promo? Absolutely.
You may.
My abstract coloring book for writers' feelings is live on Amazon, and I put a couple of extra samples of the art on my website, realreginaduke.com. So everybody please go support. Because Regina is such a treasure in our world. And she also said, I'm using their print on demand, but I'm glad to see you are glad to send you a freebie. Oh, to Margaret. Okay.
Oh, nice.
But yes, Like,
I love
this
that.
is such a great idea, and I absolutely adore that for you, Regina. And if you guys don't know, Regina is like one of the most supportive people in our community and is such an angel to absolutely everyone. So if we can give back and pour into her, by all means, let us do it, because she is always so willing to give and pour into others. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Okay.
I asked last year, but Post-it notes would not give us paper or Post-it notes in this color. So I have to
Okay.
use, if I want to use this color, which I love, of paper, I have to use a generic brand, but the stickies fall off. So I
Right.
just reinforce it with, some of them are reinforced with actual pieces of Post-it note. Post-it note, you guys are doing great with your stickability. But this one is reinforced with washi tape. But that's how I have to do it to get
I
them to
love
stay
that.
on.
Yes,
Mhm.
by all
But
means, please.
please put Post-it notes. I asked last year, you didn't hear me. Get get different types of paper and Post-it notes
I
so
was
I
just
can
like,
stick it
but,
up
but
and it'll
please
stay without falling
get it.
off. I have it right here. I do.
I definitely believe in reinforcing with washi tape, with post-it notes, with regular tape, but washi tape is prettier. Um,
Washi tape is for your, look at, isn't that cute?
whatever it is that you need to do, especially because like sometimes, again, like I said, mine will move. Sometimes if they keep moving,
Mhm.
you have to put a little bit of an extra tape on there, because
Yeah.
they'll that tape starts to be like not so much. It's not as happy, and I do keep mine in my calendar as well, because I can access it on my phone and wherever I need it in whatever way, shape, or form. Oh, we're reinforcing sticky notes and post-its, Eva.
Mhm.
So yeah. Um, I don't know
Yes,
what is
we're
going
gonna
on with my
pass
throat
that
tonight,
on.
guys. I am like getting stuff caught there left and right.
Yay.
It could be I have my fan on because I wanted to wear, and y'all can't even see it, but I wanted to wear my Christmas sweater. Uh,
We are in
which
a festive
says,
mood.
I
Yeah.
just want to bake stuff and watch Christmas
Mhm.
movies.
Facts. I wanted to put a Christmas movie on, but then I was like, looked at the time. I was like, no, I've got to stream and I will forget. Cause yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? I thought about getting a cork board too, Eva, and doing like kind of like um the little months and sticking them up
Mhm.
there and then putting stuff under the cork board as well. So that's kind of an idea if you want to do that as well.
Yep. Corkboard works great. I do love corkboard.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the board I have right now because I can also dry erase on it. I like the more things I can do, but corkboard is
Mm.
really cool.
Okay. One of my holy grails is the glass looking months that you can dry erase on, but also stick things to.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
like
we
my
like
holy
that.
grail. But also, I need space. I have no idea where that would go.
Don't be like me and just buy and collect things and then don't use it. You don't do that.
I mean,
Save your money.
even only you know if you can glue something onto your wall. Like,
Yeah, it's your wall.
yeah,
It is your wall,
I'm not
my
sure
friend.
I would glue things to my wall, but hey, only you know. Oh, Esther, that is just a long conversation of a room to turn into an office. That is a long conversation.
I'm all for this tip. I'm just saying
No, my walls are not. Oh, green for Eva. Okay, I thought she meant me.
I'm here for the tip office. I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
that's just a whole conversation, Esther. I'll put it this way: I bought a desk a year and a half ago ish. It's still sitting up against the door frame of the second bedroom, if that gives you any ideas. Yes, it is still in the box.
Okay, we need to talk.
Um, it becomes a full it like there's a lot. There's just so much that goes into that. Here's where I will be honest. Here's where I lost motivation. Because I had an idea of what I was going to do, and then I went in there to go do it, and my father had a whole bunch of stuff in one spot that I was not expecting, and I was like, where the fork did this come from? And then when I started trying to move stuff around, then my father comes in with his idea of what we should do and how it should be done. And at that point, I was just, and it became so much, because then it wasn't just taking stuff out of that room, it was taking stuff out of my regular room. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do with the stuff that's already in that piece of furniture that's in my regular room? And what do I do here? And then it became overwhelming, and I was just like, I can't. So yes, that's how I completely and utterly lost motivation. And I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And so then I was using the office that I made up in my closet, but then it got warm, and then I couldn't anymore.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah. It's a whole thing. No, I'm not recording it, Margaret, because right now I haven't actually done anything. But
she needs to.
I may have just gotten a sneak peek at a Christmas present that my father's getting me, and there may be video content coming because of it. That's all I can say. Because last night my father calls me downstairs. He wanted to order something for I think his girlfriend for a Christmas present. And as we were doing it, he was mentioning something else, and I was like, why? And he's just like, well, if you must know, I was thinking about you. And I'm like, oh, okay, yay. What do I want to bake? So there's two different things. I have to do my cookies, because I generally do cookies for the holidays for my family and friends, and I'll do like some brownies and some blondies and Rice Krispie treats, and my father's so not about to be a content creator even.
He could though.
He really could, but no. Like, what does he always say? He's like, if I wanted a Facebook page, I'd create a Facebook page. Don't put me on there. And I'm like, okay. But then he'll be like, can you go on Facebook and see if you can find this. But one of the things, if you read Thankful for the Rancher, two of my favorite characters are Mama D and Nana E, Miss Ethel. And I absolutely adore them. They have this whole rivalry between which is better, the bourbon caramel cheesecake or the whiskey caramel bread pudding. And so I tried to make a bourbon caramel cheesecake for Thanksgiving. And I think I should have baked the cheesecake as opposed to doing a like a refrigerator cheesecake, a no-bake. Yeah, because I think it would have stood up to the crust and the caramel a little bit better. So I kind of want to redo it. Yeah. You know what? My father has an office. My father has an office with 3 office desks. Like, okay. Dude, he doesn't need any more offices.
Yeah, he doesn't need another office. I was going to say just start doing it, because that's kind of like what I did. But it sounds like you tried to do that. So I'm like, maybe we should just try that again.
What?
Just start doing it. Just start
doing the room. I have a whole goal, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the link, Margaret. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the whole goal, Esther, is to be able to share the recipe. Because while I did find the pictures of each like dessert on Pinterest, I didn't look at the recipe, so I don't know if the recipes are good, bad, or indifferent. And because there's somebody else's recipes, I don't know if I can share them.
Yeah, so really I've got one like that too.
My own version of it. Yeah. And so yeah, and it may not be quite as bourbon as like the actual bourbon because my father won't eat anything with alcohol in it, even though I've told him 18,000 times that the alcohol
Gets
burns
burnt
off.
off. Yeah. Yeah,
Because
I've
he's
got one.
like, he says this all the time. I'm like, the alcohol cooks off, Dad. Well, then why add it? Because you want the flavor. So if it's got flavor, then that means the alcohol's still there. No, it's this like the things that are in the alcohol, right? Like the alcohol. No, it's like
Yeah. It cooks off. You're good. Yeah.
oh, so
I
yeah,
have
it
one
becomes
like
both.
that, but
Both.
it's literally it's a recipe that I found and I'm like, I actually have to tweak it in order to put it out there. So I'm like, dang it.
No,
'Cause yeah.
Margaret, he does not understand evaporating. Well, my father knows nothing about a kitchen, except for he likes to tell people, he's like, please, I know my way around a kitchen.
Change the name of it. Don't tell
And
them
I'm
what's in it.
like, yeah, like from the door to the garage.
Yeah, just change the name of it. Take out the bourbon name. Take out the bourbon in the name.
Well, but the bourbon is
Oh,
already in the name in the book. So it's kind of
yeah,
half.
don't no, when you make it for him, though.
Oh, just don't tell him.
Yeah, just don't tell him. Tell him that this
Because
is
he
just
went,
a car
oh my
like,
gosh,
this
he
is
went
just
through
a
this
caramel
whole
cake or something.
he went through this whole thing where he was watching Gunsmoke or something like that, one of his old westerns, and someone mentioned the alcohol in vanilla, like the vanilla
Yeah,
extract. And so he asked me, he's like, is there alcohol in vanilla extract? And I'm like, it is basically alcohol. Like it's
yeah.
just alcohol and vanilla bean. Like that's how people make like well, grocery store vanilla, I don't know. But like if you're making homemade vanilla, is basically how you do it. Like most people get like a vodka,
Mhm.
vanilla bean in there, let it sit.
Let
And
it sit.
he's just like, oh my God, this
Yeah,
whole
it's
time people have been trying to make me an alcoholic and I didn't even know.
no, it's not seriously.
So I don't serve him dishes with made with alcohol, Eva, for the most part, unless
Yeah.
there's no way around it.
Okay,
And then I
this
just don't
is
tell
you guys know I have my little
him.
my little tea area. So I use this organic and it does. Even the organic pure vanilla bean it says contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. So it
Yeah,
lets you know it all has alcohol in it. So it's
and
like cooking is a little bit different. So you can't cook with any cooking wine at all?
what was so funny was that I was like, when he's going down this whole thing about the vanilla extract, he's like serving, like they've been trying to make me an alcoholic, serving me all these
No.
cakes and cookies and everything else. And I was like, well, you
You
can stop eating them. And
yeah.
now that you know, and he goes, it's too late now. I'm addicted.
Because I would say replace the if you're doing the bourbon one, just replace it with something else if he's a but, if even if you replace it with an extract, that's gonna g
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah, I
gonna
think
have
it's more the
it's
sugar that he's getting drunk on. He's addicted to the sugar. 100%.
yeah, there's
So yeah.
no way. You can't get drunk off of cooked alcohol. Because I am also not a
Yeah.
drinker. I am also
Uh,
not a drinker,
it's
but
the same.
it's
No, I
cooked
don't think he's. If he has been drunk, it was way before I was a kid. Because he would probably beat me up for telling this, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. He doesn't watch my channel.
now he's probably out
My
there
father,
watching like,
like back in what was it, like the 60s or whatever, um, he would go to house parties and his nickname was Kool-Aid because everybody else would be drinking and he would bring his Kool-Aid. So yes, that's the extent of my father's
"Oh,
drinking.
yeah. Aw,
But also, again, in the sense of addicted to the sugar, we have this whole thing where every time he goes to the grocery store, he's like, do you want me to get stuff? Because you know that you never get like the good nutritional essentials that we need. And I'm like, what kind of nutritional essentials? Because I get things, like chicken, pork steaks, like vegetables, things like that. He's like, no,
okay,
you get
you
all
guys
that
go."
other stuff. Like you're supposed to get like chocolate milk and Reese's peanut butter cups and cookies and danishes for in the morning, you know, the essential nutritional stuff. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, you guys out. Out.
Oh,
Oh, good. Yay. Go play. Look who's here.
bye, Loki.
Oh my
Kool-Aid
goodness.
does hide the taste of alcohol really well.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, just
that
let
could
him
be why he
know.
brought his own.
Yeah, let him know. I also do not drink alcohol at all, like at all, not even wine. But I will cook. It all the alcohol is gone once you cook it.
Exactly. So it becomes a whole thing. But no, we get into lots of conversations about the randomness of cooking. And sometimes I'm like, dude, people who don't know how to boil water probably should not.
Mm-mm. I learned from one of my kids cooking that milk can catch fire.
How long are you boiling it for to get
It got forgotten. Let's just say it got
right?
forgotten. It was crystallized. I didn't think it was
Because
possible.
I feel like
I
milk
was like,
boils the
"You
slowest
learned
of
something
anything.
new." I'm like, "Did you what else did you have in this that it caught fire? Because the pot was on fire." I don't
Oh
know
my!
what you
I feel
did.
like that's one of those pots that you may
That
have
was the most
to
shocking
throw out.
thing because I was like, "Surely it's just smoking." No, there was flame things, little flames shooting up. I was like, "It
Right,
it
Margaret?
it
I've
was
never seen
crystals."
milk
Yes.
crystals either.
I'm like, What has happened here?" I don't I'm like,
Oh,
"How long? How long?"
I mean, that does feel like something my father would do. Oh, okay. Esther's got a question. Oh, and then we probably should start kind of
Okay.
getting ready to wrap up. Do you plan series to start and be done on the same year? Depend for me, depends on the series. And depends on like, okay, now I'm not sure if I would, but when I first was starting out, absolutely, because I didn't feel like I had enough, you know, because everybody always is like, oh my gosh, you have to. It was like, wait, did we talk planning? Yes, we did, Eva. um, um, because everybody always talks like you want series, right? Like you want people
Mhm.
to, you want to have like at least 4 books that people can like dive into. And so when I was first starting out, it didn't, I guess in my head, compute to do like, say, like one book in a series and then do another book in a series and then another starter book in a series and then come back and do like that second book in that first series because I felt like you would be losing people if you just kind of hopped around. So when I first started, yes, I planned everything for a series and not even just in that year. I wanted the series to be done in like a few months because I was trying to get as many series done as I could for that year. Now because I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 different series and I have characters that, you know, do move between series and stuff like that, I am considering because I have 2 different things that I want to really dive 3 technically that I want to really dive into next year, and I have considered doing like maybe 2 releases in one and then a release in the other one, or maybe 1-to-1 kind of a conversation. I haven't fully planned that out yet, and mostly is because it was really only supposed to be one series that I was working on, and then I started writing a specific book, and now I want to do like another series with some of those characters.
Oh god.
uh, so yeah, past that I don't know. What about you, Eva or Nia? I'm reading
She's
Eva's
like,
comment as I
"See,
said
yeah."
Nia. Uh,
Okay, let me make sure do it. I usually okay, I can only speak about Bruno. Yes, I planned it to come out like boom, 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 but that was more of a little. Bruno's stuff was more serialized than anything else. For NV James, initially I had started, it was summer. Was it summer, fall, then spring, and then summer again? But then last year things didn't happen, so they could have come out, you know, in the 1 year. I think kind of like what Tiffany's saying. Once you get established, you can more dance around. Most of the things that I have planned have a minimum of 4 books, so I can continue them on if I want to. But I try to do 3 to 4 books per series minimum. Those can come out pretty quickly if I want them to, or I can spread them out. Um, so it on I think I did you say depends? I think it's kind of
Yeah.
like saying depends. Depends. I think when you're trying to get established though, probably just doing it like that probably would work better just to get to establish your audience more.
Yeah.
And Envy James floats around so much because I do so many different things and again, also, again, not doing this because it's my number one income. I have more flexibility than some people. And I think anytime that you're doing something because this is my income, this is my career, you do have to think about things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
About marketability wise, what's going to work best versus I'm writing for fun, and if it becomes a career, yay! But if it doesn't, I'm okay just having fun with it. I think
Mm.
that's kind of like a little bit two different mindsets, and that doesn't mean that I won't ever shift into this is solidly my career. It just that's not where I'm at right now. But if you are there, I think you have to
Yeah.
consider that marketing wise, is it best for that all of this take place? And I think that Tiffany did it very wisely, where she's got so many things established now that she can more float around. I'll add something this year. I'll add something, next year. Or I don't. I've got enough established in the series that I really don't feel like working on this one right now. I can work on something else because it's already there. Things are already established.
Mm-hmm. And you also have to keep in mind mentally, can you?
That part.
Because okay, so when I first started and I was releasing Peach Ridge, and then I got the idea after I written like the first 3 Peach Ridge books for the Jewel Agency, I wrote like the first book and a half or the first 2 books of the Jewel Agency, and I had this idea that I was going to then jump back into Peach Ridge, and it has taken me over a year to get back to Peach Ridge and write that 4th book because I could not get my head back into that space. And so you really have to kind of consider that as well. Can you mentally do it? Like, and for you, Esther, I think that you can because you have a way of compartmentalizing stuff.
Esther's very disciplined.
Yeah, like
I
I
feel
need
like
some tips from Esther.
yeah, same. Full-time job too.
So,
Esther is killing it.
Yeah, because like it's easier for me if it's a paranormal and then a contemporary to like kind of break those 2 apart and be able to kind of write in those 2 worlds at the same time. It's harder for me if it's 2 contemporaries, even if the series are connected or if they are kind of reminiscent of each other, those type of things. But you have, like, for me, sometimes it's a little bit harder. That's a kind of, I think, part of my struggle right now is because I did the Rancher book. I know that there's another Rancher book coming, but in between there, I have another collab book that I have to write. And so that's what I'm trying to write now. And it's so different from that my head almost, I think, is having a hard time switching worlds. And so you definitely have to like know that you have to do it. So I've been trying to do like I know Esther mentioned like candles or music. That's a little bit different for each one. Well, I think she mentioned music. I do. This year I've been doing more candles. To kind of specific scents for specific
Mm-hmm.
ones. So yeah. But y'all said something about discipline in 2026. Do you have a link for that? We
I
wish,
wish.
Eva.
I wish. I wish.
So wish I had a link for
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
I think you
Eva,
just
we
have,
we have a similar problem, Eva. I feel like if when I've had a deadline, like a must meet deadline for something, I will get it done. It's like no
oh yeah.
questions asked. I not only will I get it done, I'll get it done early because I almost have a paranoia about being
Mm-hmm.
late on
Mm-hmm.
anything. But being on my own schedule, I need the Kanban board just so that I can see that things are still moving because I'm here, I'm there. I'm like, I want to do this today. I want to do that today. I have to have a Kanban board. Otherwise, I feel like it's been 6 months and I've done nothing. But having the Kanban board where I can see I wrote something in this, I'm like, oh, I'm actually doing a lot of things. I'm writing a lot of things. I'm coming up with a lot of different ideas.
Yeah.
I need that because actually finishing stuff for me is a challenge unless I have a deadline. But I don't like the stress of a deadline. I think I used to thrive on when I was younger. I thrived on the stress of a
Oh yeah.
deadline. Now that I'm older, mm-mm, I don't want it.
For
I don't
me,
want
I
it.
have to set the soft deadline because what I will do, like, let's say this book that I'm working on, like, I know I need to have it done by the end of the month. It's almost like that conversation of what do they say? Like, if you give me something and tell me I have 15 minutes to get it done, I'll get it done in 15 minutes. If you give me
Mhm.
something and tell me I have a week and a half, it'll take me a week and a half. And so that's why I have to set the hard deadlines because I will be that person that's like, well, I know I can write such and such amount of words in a day. So I can like piddle around and watch Hallmark movies and
Yeah.
bake cookies and do this and do that and blah, 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 blah. And I can get it, like, I still have like 5 more days. I can get it done. Sure. Blah, 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 because I know that I can write this and I know I can do that. Oh, I'll make this day a writing day. And then I wake up and then that day I'm not motivated to write or something
Yep.
happens or whatever. And so I have to set like those soft deadlines. But even though they're soft deadlines, in my head, I treat them as if they're a hard deadline.
Good.
Because if I don't, again, it will take me a month to get it done.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. The
yeah,
way
and
that
knowing
the way
somebody's waiting for me, that also puts a fire under my butt as well.
oh, that I don't like people
Yeah.
waiting on me. I'm that person. I don't like to be early.
Yeah.
So I will show up early myself, but
Mm-hmm.
then walk in right on time. Like it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Give me just
Yeah.
a hold on. I gotta mute because I'm alive.
I thought she said because I'm alive, and I was like, well, I hope so. Okay, I'm gonna go through a few of the other questions that we had come in, or a few other statements. Regina said, I was just going to ask, about how do we plan for 2026. I've had a lot of practice setting goals. Maybe I need to read through my journal and see how much I did in 2025. This is a good tip because I will do this sometimes, is I will sit down and I will do like a reflect, like not even just a reflective journal, but I
Mhm.
will do like just free write what I'm thinking for the year, or even just turn on a voice note and just walk around my house and just talk it out. Like, oh my gosh, I so want to do this with my, like, I think I would be really great with like this on Instagram, or I think this could
Mhm.
work really great, like as a YouTube idea, or, oh, that one story that I've been thinking about. I don't even know if I could write that this year. I mean, that's not really something, but oh, wait, what if I took this character and I added this and that, and, and kind of done that, and then have that transcription, like send it either through my phone or my email, and then go
I
through and
love that.
highlight the things that are important, and then kind of plan through my year that way. So the like journaling and doing stuff like that is a great idea for how to kind of start to set up and think about like your plans for the new year. Eva said, I think I can only really plan one goal at a time, but like daydream the rest and hope it's how it goes.
Mm. I daydream a lot,
Yeah,
Eva. Not
yeah.
gonna lie, I daydream a lot. But then uh, I don't know if it's because I feel like I don't want to self-diagnose, but I'm pretty sure from what the doctors have told me about my kids that I have some forms of ADD, ADHD. Um, I float. My brain is like literally all over the place. But I don't know if it's because of a oldest child syndrome thing. I also have these two competing sides of me that things have to be done. If it's not done, I've done something wrong. So I literally it's a whole thing. It's a mess. But it has worked for me. I don't know. It has worked for me through my whole life. But now that I have my time is my own to do my writing, I find it a little bit more of a struggle. And I realize now I'm like, this is how much I daydream. If you are a daydreamer, there have been times I've daydreamed whole stories. I think we
Oh yeah.
talked about this with Morgan before. Swore I wrote it down. And I'm like, I freaking only daydreamed that. I didn't write any of it and just be furious at myself because I'm thinking, oh, that story from last week. Let me go. And then I realized, oh my God.
I don't know
I,
if I've quite done that where I thought I wrote it.
like, there have been times I'm like, there's no way I didn't write this down.
That's awesome.
Whole scenes, because I'm like, I can replay it in my head. Surely I wrote this down. No, 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 daydream the whole thing. So there is a lot of that. Um,
Maybe that's where dictation would work really great for Nia.
I really think it would.
Because
I really think it would. I really
at
think
least
it
she
would.
recorded it at that point, even if she didn't write it.
But I don't know if it's the oldest child or the fact that I have 4 kids. I also have to plan things. So I love planners.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like if I didn't plan things, I would literally just daydream and be like, "Oh my god, it's been 8 hours and I've not done anything. What happened with time?" So, yeah.
Regina did ask, I think when you were talking about the books that you wrote and how many you actually did this year, she wanted to know how long are your titles. So maybe like a word count or something.
Um, Bruno's stuff I was more in a series, so they would be anywhere from 2,000 words to 10,000 words for each segment that I would put out. Penny stuff is under 20, and then the Envy James shorts are under 20 also. But I also have novels. I have the novels and things that I've written that can be serialized. They run into, let's see, how many are done? I've got the paranormals done. Got one of the 2 paranormals that are done. They're all well over into the 200,000 K. The sci-fi also, um, just the outline alone is over 100K for the sci-fi, and it's because it's meant to be written like a comic. Yeah,
Is this the
so
one that I've seen? The outline?
yes, that's over 100K, just that outline, and parts of it are written, parts of it have been drawn. Um, because it's a sci-fi series. Yes, and
If
it's a
you see
comic
it,
series.
Eva, it's crazy. I mean, it's well organized and it's so cool, but it's crazy.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to finish all of the panels for it, so it's just
Uh,
it is what it is.
Regina also said, I've done that in the past, and I think this is talking about daydreaming stuff. I sat down to write chapter 5, and I realized I had daydreamed chapter 4 and not actually written it down.
Yeah, yeah.
And she
It's
also
so clear
said,
that you feel like surely I must have written this. And
wow, Nia, do you find it harder to write short or write long? I can first draft like mad, but for 10 to 20K, I struggle to condense.
depending on what it is, I feel like I find it hard. I find it's easier to come up with an idea that's incredibly long. And I find that when I, because most of my shorts are from a larger world. So I find that when I want to write short, I have to stop myself from adding in so many things that are not relevant to the story. So sometimes writing shorter can be harder for me because I'm like, what if they don't understand this, or what if they don't pick up on that, or do I need to mention this? And a lot of times I don't, and I just have to remind myself. It's some of the harsh things that uh more mature writers have told us. Nobody cares about your world building, and I literally have to tell myself that. And it sounds mean to myself, and it's heartbreaking whenever I hear someone who's established say this. When I hear editors who have done podcasts and things like that say that nobody cares, but it is true. Nobody cares
Mm-hmm.
about my world building. I need to stop
To an
thinking
extent.
about, yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
You know, all of the little details. They care about this story right here. So I have to, like, I literally put myself in this mindset that even though I know while this story is taking place, like the second Bennett brothers story is taking place, I know that there's stuff going on with the teenagers, and that his teenage brother was introduced for a reason. Nobody cares because the romance in the fairy stepmother wish is not about, you know, the brother that I'm going to introduce by only mentioning his name, and then the daughter so much as they're going to be going to this school. You know what I mean? That's not part of that story. So I only say what needs to be said. We know that the fairy stepmother works at this school, you know, and we know that there's magic there. That is enough. That is enough. I don't need to go into her whole background and what she's doing at this. You know what I mean? It's like, stop. This is supposed to be 20K. Nobody cares. I mean, somebody might care, but they'll read about that in the future.
I always think the challenge for writing short is figuring out what to take out. And the challenge for writing long is figuring out what's important. Because, like, writing short, you have such a condensed space. And while you might want to put everything in it, you can even write everything, but you need to know what to cherry pick
Yeah,
out.
it's like, you can't. You're just like,
And make
I
sure it's
know.
there. But
Yeah.
then when you're writing long, you have so much space. So it's like, I
I'm
can put
like, I can
everything in.
add everything. And then the
And now you
editor
have to
goes
figure
back.
out what's important. You know,
That's
like
the
what
editor's
is like
job.
exactly what you need to do. Oh, bye, Margaret. Have a good lunch.
Bye,
Also,
Margaret.
what's for lunch?
Yeah.
Because we have no food in my house and I need inspiration.
I'm having leftover pot roast. It was so good.
Oh,
It's so
I'm thinking
good.
pot roast might be our holiday, like our uh what is it, Christmas meal.
Ooh,
So
that sounds good. That
yeah,
sounds good.
we're doing small because I did big for Thanksgiving, and
Mhm.
dude, I can't do it again. Uh,
I feel you.
um, Esther said, "I feel like writing short can help you write long because you learn what truly matters." Very true. Very
Yes,
true.
I feel like this has really helped me with my writing the shorts, because I didn't really write shorts before except more serialized short.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so actually writing the shorts where it's a beginning and an end, even though they are part of a bigger story, or with codename Penny, it's part of a bigger town. It
Mm-hmm.
has helped me so much to, like, I have to leave these things out.
Yeah.
So when I go back to write my fantasy, I'm more like, oh, you know what? I can leave this out. Make a note of it if you know what I mean? It is
Yeah.
literally 100% Esther,
Yeah.
100%.
100. Esther also said, thankfully, I have years of writing data and roughly my down days, so I can estimate how long things take me, which also is a good plus when you're planning out your year. If you can look back and be like, how many days did I write last year? Or how many days did I have, for this or for that? It definitely helps. And when Nia was saying at her age, Eva was like, Nia just turned 33, which I firmly agree and can neither confirm or deny. How do you think they? Oh, this was when we were talking about the
Mhm.
writing the two in the 2 weeks.
Yeah. I know
Um,
a lot of we mentioned some of the things, but a lot of writers do write ahead to
yeah,
some degree, whether
yeah.
it's a couple months ahead, some I've heard of some writing almost a whole year ahead.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
it honestly, writing ahead helps. It
Yeah.
gives you some buffer.
In 2024, I wrote 3 novellas, The Romance in the Old West, and a couple of Vampire Universe shorts. So, I mean, and I think it's always doable. It's just a matter of, and I think it's the same with life. I remember starting out in photography, and one of the best pieces of advice I got was from another photographer who was like, um, don't price yourself on other people, or don't, it was something about like, don't shop with your pocketbook for other people, meaning like,
Mhm.
you have an idea of what it is that you will spend for something, but you don't know what that other person's bench point is. And like, in the same respect, people will find money for what it is that they want to do. You'll find time if you want to write like a whole 15 book series. You'll find the time. You'll find the space. You'll find the excitement. You'll do whatever it is because that's exciting for you. But if you're at a point where you're like, oh my God, I feel like I have to write these 15 books for the year, and I have so many other things that I want to do, and this is too hard, and I shouldn't have put all these things on my calendar, and I told everybody that I was going to write these 15 books. Like,
Mhm.
like you're not going to get it done. So it's always a matter of figuring out what's exciting for you and what it is that you really want to do, and then going with that. We also have, I print a bunch of the year on one page and start color coding. I do it a few
Mhm.
times until it's realistic and not delusional. And that part right there, the last
The
what
delusional
5
part.
lines is realistic and not delusional. That right there. That part. Uh,
Mhm.
please try to make sure it's not delusional. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little delusion. I think we
Oh.
all have a little delusion in what we're doing.
Yeah. But you
Uh,
don't wanna have a whole year of delusion, because then that's just disappointing at the end of the year.
Eva also said, I became a grandmother at 33, so I'm sticking with my story, Nia. Uh,
Yep.
and yes, be the fire beneath our wings. Uh, what's the delusional line, though? I mean, everybody's delusional line is different. Uh,
Oh, goodness.
Regina's like, I call it shooting for the moon. And yeah,
Okay.
what's the statement? Shoot for the
And
moon, you'll
that
end
is
up in
what
the stars or something like that.
yeah, there is one thing that you can do. You could have your shoot for the moon list, your
Mm-hmm.
calendar, and your realistic list. And like I always say, the everything extra that I get done, I'm always like, "That's gravy." I'm like, "Look at that. I planned for this, but I was able to get all these other things done."
Esther was like, but 15 books in a year, that's only that only 2 were started is hella delusional. Absolutely. Like 15 books in a year could be delusional for some. Like if you have a full-time job, you have like 3 kids,
Mhm.
you're, like a husband or a significant other that you're taking care of, or a family member that you're taking care of. Um, and you only can have like a limited amount of time to write. 15 books could be insane.
Yes.
But if you're someone like, I mean, I do have my father to take care of, but I don't have a lot of those demands. And for the most part, he does take care of himself, except for like when he tries to break his TV and I have to go down there and, set child
Mhm.
locks in order to unlock it. Then, like, that's another 45 minutes that I didn't plan in my day.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, maybe 15 books isn't delusional, depending on how long each book is or what have you. So, you have to figure out where your line is, and again, what your delusional line is. I personally, at this point, when I first started out, that first year, 2 years, yes, that was my goal, write 15 books a year, if not more, because I was trying to build a backlist. This year, maybe not so much because I want it to be longer. Like I want my books to be longer. I want to start to transition. So my aim is a little bit different now than what it was when I was first starting. Um, my delusional, which I don't think is delusional, is learning how to market my backlist. That's my goal for 2026
That.
is learning how to market my backlist successfully.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge part of it. And not necessarily not putting out a lot of books, but more so really focusing in on that marketing of the backlist. So yeah, aim high, but be pleased with your lesser production.
That's harder
I love
to
when
do.
she said it with
That's
your
harder
lesser
to do.
production.
But yeah, that
Start
was
as
me
Neil
this year.
Armstrong and as Katy Perry. I'm down to 9 books with 2 started. And again, I like that.
Yeah, I like
You
that too.
know what is going to work for you. And I would even say, again, to Nia's point about starting with the 5, but actually doing 2, know what you're happiest with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to say 9, would you be okay if you only did 5?
Yeah.
Like, always know where you're going to be happiest and what's going to get you where you need to go. And again, that's another photographer thing. Like, a lot of times we will price stuff. Like somebody might price something, and this is not my pricing, but somebody might price a photo session, at like $300 because they know that they're going to discount it most of the time to like 200 or 175 if it's family, and they know that 175 covers what it is that they need to cover as far as like their finances.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that same conversation. Like maybe you aim for, the 10 books or the 12 books, knowing you really want to do the 9.
Yeah.
And you're happy with the 9, or whichever way it goes, or you aim for the 9 knowing you'll be happy with the 5.
Yeah. And for me, it was of the 5, one of them needed to be done. One of them kind of needed to be done. So I had 2 that I was like, these ones really kind of need to be done. One of them really needed to be done. And then the other 3 kind of go with those other 2. So I would have liked to have gotten them done.
Yeah.
But what got done, the 2 that I was like, oh, these 2 kind of really, well, one of them needed to get done and one of them kind of needed to get, and those are the 2 that got done. And I'm okay with that. Because I didn't miss any goal that I'm like, oh my God, this really messed me up because I didn't do this.
I think I had like 3 other books that were in my head, maybe even 4 other books that were in my head that I really wanted to publish this year. Yeah, they didn't get done. But I'm okay with that because of why they didn't get done. So yeah, 0 started, 15 books, just made my goal. Way to dare me. I mean, if you're going to do it even, we will be here. We will cheer you on. Marketing is huge. Absolutely. Yes. View social media as a newspaper swap. If you haven't before, you're just sharing each other's audiences until you grow your own. I mean, hey, I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. I revised 25% of my new romance, and I have half a horror novel waiting in the wings. I love that for you, Regina, which means you have to share their stuff to get your stuff shared. A lot of people do Instagram or socials as swaps as well. So by all means, is there any point in issuing my coloring book as a Kindle edition, like a KDP?
If you is there a way for people to do printouts? I'm thinking if you can do a printout from KDP or a digital,
I don't think you can.
Digital copy. Yeah, that would be.
I probably would keep it just as a you need to purchase it, simply because I don't know how many people are looking for like renting coloring books, unless it's like something that's like 100 and something different coloring book.
It would have to be something
like
where they would be able to copy the page, because people do love to do those digital coloring. That digital coloring is a thing. So I just don't know if there's a way that they could get the pages.
I don't think there is.
Color them. And
especially with the way that KDP has changed, like a lot of their, like ownership and what you can do with books now. I'm not positive that you can print it. Yeah.
And
I would look into that. Maybe ask around or even call them and find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not positive that you can. So yeah.
But yeah, I do know people do love the digital coloring. So
Hmm.
if you could find a way to do some type of a digital edition, I think it would be worth it. Whether you'd be able to do it with Kindle, I don't know.
I do like this. Like you can offer, I can just offer some free drawings on my website.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want people to be able to see the art, I would start with that because, like you said, just want to show off the art, some of which I'm very proud of. Like if you could do that, or
Or if you
even,
could people could prove their purchase. If you can prove your purchase,
hmm,
but then I don't know if there's people who will just be disappointed that it's not a digital coloring book in KD in Kindle or KDP. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, yay, and then they're like,
that's
"Oh
also
no,
like,
it's not really."
can you do digital coloring in KDP,
I don't
like
know.
in a Kindle app?
That's what you would need to find out if you because I honestly, if it's possible, I think it's worth it because I know people do like digital coloring. If it's not possible, I don't know how people would feel about if you can
Yeah,
prove your purchase. I'll give you the digital pages. I don't know. You'd have
but I
to
feel,
figure that out.
because you have to, because I know people sell coloring books
But do
on
they sell them?
Amazon, but are
Yeah,
they?
on a. Do they sell
Oh,
them
Virginia said
digitally
no.
though?
Digital coloring is a whole app into itself, like a computer game. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, so that would be my other. So if you can't even color in like a Kindle app, then I definitely wouldn't put it in something like a KDP,
right.
because then people are just going to look at it and then
They're
probably
going to be
your
disappointed.
rip off
Yeah.
your designs.
Oh, the ripping off. We don't want that
Yeah,
either.
then I
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't put
They're
it.
like,
No, you got
"Thanks
to
for
buy this
giving this.
sucker.
I'm gonna put it in the app now
Yeah,
so I can
yeah.
sell your coloring."
Yeah, I would sell it
Oh,
as like a PDF where on your website or other places where people can only do it as that in order to take it into whatever they want to color in. I definitely wouldn't do it as a KDP.
yeah. But I
Uh,
do feel like it's something that no, you know what? I was gonna say something mean about the Zon. We don't wanna do that because we use the Zon, so we're not gonna say something mean about them and the app.
all right, guys, we have talked it all out.
Yeah,
We are going to take off for the holidays and
yes.
for the day, but mostly for the holidays. We're out.
Quick disclaimer, I was joking about the alcohol in the cake. If you put alcohol, even though we know that it burns off, don't tell people that you didn't put alcohol in the cake. Don't do that. That was a joke. As
Yes,
a person who
please
does
do.
not drink alcohol,
Definitely, please do.
don't do that.
Uh,
That was a joke. Because as a person who doesn't drink alcohol, someone's like, I
yeah.
didn't want to. I'm like, you could tell me because I already know how cooking works. So they're like,
Hi, Esther. We are also headed out as well. Yeah, PDF on your Ko-fi page, always
yes,
good. On your
do that.
website, again, always good. Those
But
type of
don't mess
things
yourself
would
up
definitely
with
work.
KDP and then you can't use it because KDP's like, you're selling it. And you can only
Look,
sell 10% of it. And you're like, oh no. So don't do that. Don't mess
even
yourself
so,
up.
but fun chats. Have a happy holidays and make delusional plans for the new year.
Yeah.
YOLO. Maybe not delusional plans. But do make plans for the new year. As always, if you have questions, that pop into your head later on, leave them in the comments. You can always reach out to us on the DMs on all the different places. We're more than happy to talk planning and small towns. We love them all. We're probably going to do a little planning of our own and come up with some stuff for the new year. So
Yeah.
if you have any ideas, again, send them to us. We would love to hear uh, as well. And, have safe holidays. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy just sitting around doing nothing. If that's what, floats your boat, I'm here for it. Uh, relax and do whatever it is that you need to do. So that we can hit January and the new year. Like, woohoo! Uh, just go look at my
Yes.
coloring book and tell me how cute it is.
Absolutely.
We will do that as well, Regina. Um, so, but did you put in a link to the
Was there
coloring
a
book?
link up earlier?
Was there a link? Because I
Was it
missed it.
highlighted?
I feel like there was a link. Because there was a number of links. I think
Yeah.
Margaret might have put it up.
I can't scroll back that far to see if I can find it.
Uh, Oh, okay, she's gonna put it up in just a sec. So
Okay, yay.
I can definitely talk for a second. I know that I will probably be streaming on Twitch next week for a few days. After that, I make no promises simply because the next week is going to be a lot of baking, and the week after that is the holidays, and the week after that is New Year's. So I cannot guarantee anything. How about you, Nia? Do you have like a general idea of where you'll be and what the things are that you'll be doing for the next
Yes, I do. I will definitely be on Twitch next week, and I might be on Twitch the following week, but
Okay.
I will definitely not be anywhere. I think my last stream that I'm doing is the 21st with an Inimitable Books.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my last stream. And honestly, depending on how much stuff I get done in the week of the 14th, I will be doing Night Right though. So not Night Right, we're doing the 9th and the 16th. It's just how much Twitch I can do. I don't know if I'll be doing Twitch on the 19th. So my schedule is up though, but do plan on Night Right for the next couple weeks, and then I'm taking a couple of weeks off. Because yeah, my whole family's gonna be here again. So we
That's
had
so
some
awesome.
fun surprises over Thanksgiving, some surprise visits. So
That's
it
so
was
cool.
super fun. It was super fun.
I had planned on taking the week of Christmas and the week of Thanksgiving kind of off, Thanksgiving, New Year's off. And now there's like some other family stuff that needs to happen. So
Yeah.
it's some personal stuff that needs to happen. So yeah.
Before I forget, we have a Writers React. We're doing Writers React, I think, on the 20th. I think we agreed on. So yeah.
Thank you for that. We are doing Writer's Room. I can't tell you what date. But
So
you said Writers React,
Room.
and I was like, oh, Writer's Room.
I literally almost said Writer's Room because I looked right at you and I was like, not Writer's Room. Don't say Writer's Room.
So yeah. So by all means, I think we're on Barrett's? We might be on Morgan's. I know we're not on mine. But I do believe it's on Barrett's channel because I think we were on Morgan's last month. So yes, so that means we're on me for January. But either way, we're on me for January. But I do believe we're on Barrett's channel. So by all means, keep a lookout for that. Oh, look, Morgan pops in. It's Barrett's. Thank you for that, Morgan. So yes, so we will be on Barrett's channel. Keep a lookout for that. And then we're gonna
and I'll be doing scripting the book. We're talking about Frosty the Snowman, so we're gonna get nostalgic. It's gonna be fun.
I'm singing the song, but copyright.
I know.
Although
is it out of?
Because I was like, isn't that a Commons?
It might be out. Oh, I don't know if it is. I think it was the 50s, so it might not yet.
Yeah, I had to think. I was like, hold on, that might be a.
But they might not care. Also
that part too. So yeah,
they might be like, please sing Frosty, please sing it.
Although,
should I talk about Hot Frosty? I think I might mention Hot Frosty when we talk about Frosty.
Oh, because I was like, why do I now want to go watch that?
Hot Frosty was so cute, you guys. But you got to be into it. You just got to.
I really would. I was thinking like I want to go watch the old school like cartoon Frosty.
Oh my gosh! Yes, please do. Oh my gosh, so good.
Because I was like, I don't think I've seen that.
All the feels. Oh my gosh, all the feels.
But then again, I'm also catching up on Hallmark. When I watched Hallmark Christmas at Sea last night, why do I now want to go on a Hallmark Christmas cruise?
I've seen a couple of the. Oh my gosh! Okay,
y'all, there was two sisters. One wrote a screenplay, and one is a director. It like I don't know if she's Broadway, off Broadway, or just like like musical in My Small Town Theater type of director. She brought her script onto the cruise and gave it to like one of the Hallmark stars, who then passed it on to 2 of the other Hallmark stars, and then they talked her through like some of the stuff to fix it. And then one of the other stars texted them to show up, and they had 2 other stars who were acting out her script. And the one got to direct them, and the other one they got to talk things out. And I was like, yeah, I could do that.
I just had a grandbabe show up.
We definitely gotta go, guys. We gotta go. We're out.
I'm like itching and scratching the hold of them. I'm like, okay.
All right. So we're gonna go. Have a great holiday. Enjoy, and we will see you guys in the new year.
All right. Bye.